The size of a population of birds is changing according to the rule dp dt is equal to negative 0.08p, where p is the number of birds in the population and t is the time in years from the initial population measurement. There are initially 1,000 birds in the population. Describe the type of relationship between p and t. Whenever we get this type of equation, we know it's going to be exponential. So let's get the word exponential down, and then the negative just here tells us that the population is decreasing, so that's going to be exponential decay. State an equation for p in terms of t. So we always have the initial value here, so that's going to be 1,000. Then it's going to be e, and we just copy the 0.08 from here, so negative 0.08, but not the p, that's got to be t. Sketch the graph of p against t on the axes below. There's 3 marks here, so I don't think just a rough shape is going to get us all 3 marks. It's clear that the intercept here is at 1,000, but I think given that it's 3 marks, I might just try and get myself a couple more reference points for this. So let's go to graph and table and just clear anything that's there, and then we want 1,000 times e to the negative 0.08, and I'm going to call that x, obviously, on the calculator. So just make sure that's selected, and then I'm just going to get a table, and I'll start my table at 1,000, but let's go up in tens or something. Okay, so 1,000, 449, 201. I'll use those as reference points. So if I have 10 here and then 20 there, so we'll have 449, so just a bit more than halfway here. And 201. So let's just mark those points on, and then we know the shape for exponential decay, so we want to, that's not a very good start, so what we want to do is come downwards and show that it's tailing off in this direction, like so. Determine the number of birds in the population after 10 years. Now, quite handily, I had that on the calculator already. So, 449. Now the number of years to one decimal place after which there are 800 birds in the population. Now, we had the formula before. And just bring that back in. So, p is 1,000. E to the negative 0.08t. So what we want to do is solve 1,000 e to the negative 0.08t is equal to 800. And of course we can solve that on the calculator. So let's just go to main. I'm just going to clear everything. So action, advanced, solve. And I'm going to have 1,000 times e to the negative 0.08x is equal to 800, and close the bracket, and that gives me 2.8 to the 1 decimal place required. What is the value of dp dt when t is 10? So t equals 10 means that p equals, then we had this one on the calculator, so let's just go back to graph and table and produce a table again. So 449.33 I'm going to use, and then we can substitute that in here. So dp dt is going to be negative 0.08 times 449.33. So let's go back to main, and negative 0.08. Should use the other negative, of course, if we've already got an answer in the calculator. This one here, negative 0.08 times 449.33, and that gives us negative 35.9, correct to 1 dp. Interpret this answer in terms of the bird population. So that tells us that at this point we're decreasing at approximately 36 birds per, what was the time? It was years, so per year. And I think here I needed to put also decrease.